What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome to my brand new top 10 RPG hero collector list. Now, do keep in mind these are my personal favorites. Don't get offended if your favorite game didn't make the list. Also note that no game from my previous video is eligible for this video. It's only for brand new titles in this one, alright? So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I bring you my new top 10 RPG hero collectors. Now let's start this list off with a bang as only FG can. Number 10 is a 5-way tie between all of the waifu collectors that have come out in the last couple of months. That's Azure Lane, that's Girls Frontline, that's Ultra Weapon Girls, that's Lane Girls, and Girls X Battle 2. If you're looking for a waifu collector, one of these 5 games will fit the bill. Do you want bikini waifus? Do you want waifus that are part warship or part bazooka? Whatever your weaponized waifu fetish is, one of these games has you covered. Now, as far as like combat and strategy is concerned, I will give the edge to Girls Frontline, but at the end of the day, a waifu collector is only as fun as the waifus that you can collect. So take a look at the artwork, decide what your preferred waifu fetish is, and I won't look. That's number 10. And now it's time to get serious. Number 9 is Crest War Quartet Conflict. Now, the reason why this title scores so low in this list is because the game just came out yesterday, and I haven't really had a ton of time to deep dive in the title to find out is it worth playing in the long term. However, my very early impressions of the action RPG combat are quite positive. The quartet mode is a neat gimmick. You can also switch in and out between all of your party members at will on the battlefield. However, my very early concerns of the title have to do with the limited IP. This might be one of those titles where you collect the same heroes over and over and over, but the outfits are the only thing that changes. And for me, that's not really compelling when it comes to collecting heroes. I like to collect new and unique heroes over time, not the same ones in different outfits for Halloween and Christmas and things of that nature. However, the game does have a current collaboration going on with the Record of Lotus War, so if the game can mix its current IP with future collaborations, it might be worth keeping an eye out for. Number 9, Crest War Quartet Conflict. Coming in at number 8 is Shinozuka, a strategy grid-based RPG that kind of got lost in all of the other major releases that happened over the last few months. But if I had to sum this game up in a few words, those words would be above average. Like, Shinozuka is an above average game. It doesn't really do anything negative. I actually don't have anything bad to say about the game, but every aspect of this game is just above average. It has a story mode, it has PvP, it has live PvP, it has guild battles, it has co-op, it has everything that you would expect from a game. Above average graphics, pretty decent character design. There's nothing glaringly bad about this title at all, but I think in this current climate of games, you gotta have something, you gotta have a hook, and for me that hook just wasn't there. However, if you are looking for a brand new strategy grid-based RPG that's not called Fire Emblem Heroes and not called Alchemist Code, Shinozuka number 8 just might be a game worth checking out. Now, with all that being said, let's talk about a game that does stand out from the pack, Food Fantasy. Now, Food Fantasy is a hero collector where all the heroes you collect in this game are based on popular food items. So, chocolate, brownie, milk, coffee are all the names of heroes that you'll collect in this game. In addition to just having a really interesting theme and concept, along with pretty striking graphics and art style, this game has a full-fledged restaurant simulator built into the game. And it's not like a side project or a side hobby. The hero collecting and the RPG functions go hand in hand with managing your restaurant, collecting recipes, and cooking for patrons in your restaurant. And of course, the game has everything you would expect from other hero collectors such as guilds, raids, world bosses, story mode. All of those things are accounted for, PvP, endless tower modes, and the list goes on and on and on. And I mean, literally, it actually keeps going. There's so much to do in this game. So if you want a game that's actually going to give you hours and hours of gameplay, give Food Fantasy a try. Number 7. So let's keep that unique train going with number 6, Phantom Gate. So what is Phantom Gate? All right, Phantom Gate is a 2D side-scroller platformer mixed with a turn-based JRPG style hero collector with a pretty striking art style that looks like it belongs on like PC or console. It definitely does not look like a mobile title at all, and I think all of those things combined make this a pretty memorable experience. I don't really think that Phantom Gate is getting a lot of popularity considering how much of a risk it took in this kind of melding of genres, but give it a shot. You might just like it. And the only real criticism that I heard about this game is that people wanted to be more of a 2D side scroller or they wanted to be more of a hero collector, but you might be one of those players in the middle that kind of appreciate both sides. Number 6, Phantom Gate. As we hit that halfway mark at number 5, Age of Magic. And Age of Magic might be graphically the best looking game on this list. If you're used to games like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes or Marvel Strike Force, and you like that hero collecting gameplay loop, Age of Magic just might be the title for you. In addition to that, when it comes to non-anime, non-major IP hero collectors out there, there's really not a lot of games that look like Age of Magic in the hero collector genre. So if you are one of those people out there that prefer like a high fantasy Dragon Age style art direction and you're kind of tired of the whole focus on waifus and all the other games, Age of Magic just might be the title for you. My only criticism while I was playing this game is it felt like the cash app was in your face constantly. I never had to use it, but it was always constantly popping up. So if you can get past that, I think you have a very solid hero collector in Age of Magic, number 5. So as we move on to number 4, a game that I can appreciate even though I suck at playing it and I suck at pronouncing the title. It's either Sidorica or Iki Sunset, I don't know, but either way, this is one of the most beautiful games on mobile. It's definitely in a class of its own when it comes to art style. This game is very free to play friendly. The only reason why I don't play it is because I suck at the puzzle-based combat. However, you might not suck at it and you can appreciate one of the best looking mobile games with a very interesting and engaging combat system, Sidorica Sunset. So here we are in the top 3, and to start it all off is Man or Vampire. Now this is a title that came out of left field and it is very hard to describe, but I'll give it a shot, all right? So this is a dungeon crawler with strategy RPG grid-based combat where your main character is a vampire who cannot level on her own, all right? You cannot level up your main character. The way you level her up is by leveling up your teammates, make them really strong, and then once they get to a point where they're very strong and you're satisfied, you feed them to your main character vampire, which makes her stronger, and then you rinse and repeat, all right? It's a very interesting combat with an amazing art style that would look at home on a PC or console. The game does have a very long story mode, tons of heroes to collect. It also has a PvP system as well. This is one of those titles that I cannot do it justice by just describing it. You need to go and download this title. Man or Vampire is absolutely, if you're on mobile, you game on mobile, you're looking for something different, this is a title that you try. Man or Vampire at number 3. Now here we are nearing the very top of the list, only 2 games to go. Let's start it off with Tales of Eren. Now this is right around the time I need to remind people that this is my personal top 10 list. This is based on games that I enjoyed, the games that I played the most of, and when it comes to Tales of Eren, I have been playing this game nearly every single day since the game launched. And remember earlier when I told you that games have to have a hook? It's just not enough for you to be good at everything. You have to have a hook, you have to have a draw, all right? So what is the hook for this game? Why do I enjoy Tales of Eren so much? I gotta be honest, it's nothing too special. I like waifus. I like big magic explosions that fill the entire screen, and Tales of Eren has both of those, all right? In addition to that though, it is a very free-to-play friendly game. They have events nearly bi-weekly, and there's always new things that are being updated, quality of life features being added, and they are extremely active on the Facebook account as well, so you feel like you're kind of a part of a community. So like I said, waifus. Waifus have so much power, man. I'm sorry. So, number 2, Tales of Eren. And here we are at number 1, surprising absolutely no one. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Dragalia Lost, the title brought to you by Cygames and Nintendo, Cygames being the same developer that brought you Shadowverse along with Grand Blue Fantasy, and of course Nintendo, the legendary publisher and developer. Where do I even begin with this title? This game absolutely oozes with production value. Every single event that we've had in this game thus far has had a level of polish that other mobile games just can't even compete with. They're not even on the same stratosphere. Each event has had customized story, customized voice acted lines. We even had a specialized soundtrack for Halloween. Every single character in this game has their own storyline that you can read through, and if you do read through them, you get Cash App currency. In addition to that, Cygames has been a very responsive developer. It seems as if they have a spy in the Reddit, because everything that the Reddit complains about somehow gets fixed in the next patch. It's like magic. And speaking of the Reddit, if you want to be a part of a community that's actually pretty active and not 100% toxic all the time, just visit the Dragalia Lost Reddit. It is filled with tips, it is filled with memes, it is filled with custom artwork. It's a really pleasant place to be, I must say. So with all those things combined, ladies and gentlemen, number 1 game by far, Dragalia Lost. Now, of course, like I said earlier in the video, none of the games that were on my previous list were eligible for this list. However, Game of the Year season is coming, ladies and gentlemen, so once we get to the 2019 calendar year, we will have another video combining the best of all of these lists and whatever games have come out since then to find out what game was the number 1 hero collector / gacha / RPG, whatever you want to call it, of 2018. But until then, my name is FG3000. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.